What I know about rape culture is basically nothing.
Oh, not much at all. Yeah, not much at all. That is bad.
I don't really worry about it because I'm a guy, so.
I think rape culture is just like the general idea that like rape is okay. Like the idea that certain people have that it's not like a bad thing. Like it's okay to do. It's not okay to talk about.
Coming up with excuses for stuff that is obviously not okay in any stretch of the imagination.
It's not like taught in school or anything. Like it's kind of ignored, honestly.
It's just something that's always been a thought when I've been looking for colleges, and when you see things on the news about girls just being taken advantage of in that aspect. That's one of the main parts that I've understood it as, is college and what it does to you as a person and how it affects you in the long run, academically, like whatever you're doing in your life.
Certain people get raped for a certain way they look or a way they dress, and people say that they're asking for it because of what they're doing or what they're wearing, and really it's not their fault, because guys or girls, anyone can get raped, just want like an easy target, and that's why they rape people that dress a certain way or look a certain way, because they think that it'll be easier to rape a person.
You know, don't hop in that van even for candy.
Just not really much. Just be careful where you're walking. Always be careful. Always be vigilant of what's around you.
I was told not to ever do it, but I don't think I've ever listened to that ever.
As opposed to like what men are generally told, women are often told to like don't wear your hair up because that makes you a target, like an easy target.
When you're by yourself, not to wear your hair in a ponytail because they can grab you by it.
Like fully dress yourself, have a hood up, have like a key in between your two fingers just in case you have to like stab someone.
I know my mom gets worried when I like go and get gas in my car and stuff at night, only because of those risk factors of someone coming and just taking advantage of you and picking you up and you not being able to do anything about it.
They always taught me when you're leaving a building to have your keys out and ready before you even go outside so you can unlock your car and get in and lock it right away.
My mother teaches me a lot about walking like in public, and she teaches me that the most common place where people get raped is bathrooms and parking lots at night, because in the bathroom it's really easy for like people to grab you and take you somewhere else so they can rape you, because they don't rape you they usually don't rape you in the specific place that they attack you. They usually drug you and then take you to another place where it'll be easier to rape you, and they won't attack you if you put up a fight or if you have like a certain weapon that they think will be a threat to them. So if you have like an umbrella or something, they probably won't attack you because they don't want you to fight. They want it to be easy to take you somewhere else so that they can rape you.
And it's not like that for like guys, so
If they're like, don't go there, like the first thing I want to do is go there. It's, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just that you like do the total opposite of what you're supposed to do, and that's how you learn. So when I walk alone, I have no fear.
A little worried at times. It mostly depends on where I'm walking. Like if I'm walking in a street where there are a bunch of cars passing by, I don't really feel that nervous.
well, yeah, if I was at a party, I wouldn't set my drink down, and when I do walk by myself, I do carry like my house keys between my fingers just in case, because I obviously, don't feel safe.
When I was in Kansas City, I had a couple of hours to walk around this plaza by myself, and I had mace strapped to my wrist, and a guy actually came up to me and was talking to me and trying to talk to me, and I just waved goodbye at him with the hand that had the mace on it. So don't even try to come over here and talk to me because you will get pepper sprayed.
I carry a knife around some places. I try to stay alert and aware of my surroundings and know like who's around me so that I can like assess the situation and if I need to pull out my knife. And I usually try to wear like jeans or something because it's kind of hard to take off jeans.
One thing that everybody's told me is kind of just, if you leave your drink, just forget about your drink.
Never leave your drink.
Never set your drink down.
To not allow your drink to be placed down.
You should never drink a drink that a stranger gives you, or set your drink down and then come back to it later, because that's how you get roofied and raped. So if you want a drink, go get it yourself and hold on to it. And if you set it down, don't go back to your drink.
Don't go back to your drink. Because I don't know what that is, I'm going to say no. I have not.
I was walking past a house of RMU students with my dog, and they were shouting across the street at me.
Especially walking on main roads like Fifth Avenue. In the summer, I can't get down that street without it happening like 3 or 4 times.
Depends on the day, depends where I'm at. Could be 10 times a day, could be once a day. But there's never a week that goes by where I'm not, which is really upsetting.
And people will yell at me out their window and like call me like mama and weird stuff like that.
I have a good one. I don't even know if I could say this one at school.
I've had people tell me that they would curl that. I don't know necessarily what that means. I'm sure it's a sexual reference, but I am not sure what it was supposed to be referring to.
I was walking behind guys, and they made the reference that they would curl that.
And they're like, you wanna come for a ride, and we're just discussing stuff like that, and people honk. I hate it. It's gross. It's disgusting.
People in general just talking about my body figure, what I'm wearing, what they would do to me. They've said that to me like just like right out front, like, all right, go you. Wow. I've had people at work tell me that they want to take me home in a bag because I said like, is this for here to go? And they'll be like, to go, can you come in the bag with me? I've had people tell me that they were going to be waiting out in the back for me when we closed, and they were going to come snatch me up, is what they've told me. So it's definitely a scary thing, but by now I am so used to it that it doesn't even really faze me anymore, which kind of worries me, I guess.
I have been in certain situations where I've been with someone else who has been catcalled, and what I do in this situation is once they catcall the other person that is with me, I usually try to make them feel very uncomfortable, like equally uncomfortable. So one time I was at like Home Depot, and the guy that sits like next to the door and greets you, as we were walking by, he just was like staring at Rachel's like behind, and she didn't see it because she didn't turn around, but I turned around and saw him like staring right at it. So what I did was I turned around, looked him straight in the eyes, and cacawed like a bird as loud as I could. And my mom was at the complete other side of the store, and she said she heard me cacaw.
At work, guys would just sit there and stare at her and try to talk to her. Meanwhile, they'd be, above the age of 18 when she's under the age of 18.
I don't get catcalled and think, wow, I must be looking really good today to make that man want to yell at me from across the street. Or, wow, like I was just stared at by somebody who could be my grandfather. I feel so special. Like nobody ever thinks that, ever. It makes you feel disgusting. It makes you feel uncomfortable. And it makes you want to never leave your house, honestly.
I mean, that's literally how it is. Like, I'm going to go walk around the mall by myself, and I'm going to have 10 different people say something to me about my body. It happens every time I walk in the mall. Whether I'm wearing jeans or whether I'm wearing yoga pants, doesn't matter what I'm wearing. So, that's what's frustrating, I guess. Is like you can't win, I guess.
Maybe like if you're joking, cause like I don't know. I mean, I've done it to friends. No, I've never catcalled someone.
I have never catcalled anyone.
I don't know. I'm not like going out in public and like hollering at women. Like.
No. Of course not.
No. I can't ever recall a time that I have, or would have needed to, or wanted to, or thought it was acceptable, I guess.
No, I've never catcalled anyone because I find that very disrespectful. And if, when you catcall someone, you're not really complimenting them or like doing anything except for offending them and making them feel really uncomfortable.
Disgusting. Objectified. It's just unnecessary.
I feel like if I didn't have somebody, I think it'd be harder because I would be like, why do men think they can talk like this? But me knowing that I have someone who doesn't talk that way, it doesn't bother me as much versus someone who like I didn't have and someone's talking to me like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't affect me as much if I didn't have anybody who was proper and knew how to actually speak to a girl and what was okay to say to someone.
There's a fraternity at Yale called Delta Kappa Ellipsin, and they were shouting outside, "No means yes, and yes means anal." The only thing that means yes is yes. If I don't tell you yes, I don't want it. Whatever you are offering, I don't want it.
When trying to avoid getting raped or attacked by someone, you should definitely stay aware and alert of your surroundings, because most of the time, if you make eye contact with a person, like for very long, they'll know that you're aware of where they are and they won't attack you, because if you look at them, they'll also think like you know their face now, so you can go to the cops and identify who they are because you looked at their face for a long amount of time.
So there was this case where a 50-year-old man was put on trial for raping a 14-year-old girl, and he was only sentenced to 30 days because his excuse was that she was older than her chronological age.
Rape culture is an epidemic, and it's something that needs to be addressed and talked about with not only like men but everyone, because everyone needs to be aware of rape and like why it's wrong, why it shouldn't happen, and like what we can teach people to prevent it from happening, and what we can teach people to help support those who it has happened to.
If I don't say yes, I don't want what you are offering. If I don't say anything, that is not the same by any stretch of the imagination as saying yes. Somebody passed out on the floor who can't say no also can't say yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like something that's really like an interesting topic to me. Like I wish I could do more for you guys, but I don't really know much about it, or like I don't know. People are just terrible things of nature, so